This is Jacob.
And this is Preston.
This is the Wisecrack Podcast.
Today's August 26th, and we're going to talk about a very special topic today. We're going to talk about Jacob's leg.
The almost 1 year anniversary of me breaking my leg.
And I feel like breaking is an understatement.
Wow. A compound fracture
Complete shattered compound fracture, traumatizing,
of my ankle leg.
and complete life.
Not the complete life part, but something like that.
Most of it.
So it was this August 31st of last year of 2018 when this happened
God.
at Texas A&M Rec Center when we were both still students at A&M. RIP, our college
Rip.
days.
I'm still in college.
Kind of. Yeah, so that was the day. It was a Friday. Me
It
and
was
Preston.
going to be a good Friday.
It was gonna be a good Friday. It was the first week of school. It was the end of the first week, so syllabus week. We didn't have
yeah.
anything to do.
So easy. It's going to be the best week.
Yeah, and we were living with each other for the first time.
Basketball is going to be real streamlined, We
we
leave together.
yeah,
We
yeah.
go back.
We could
Easy.
discuss when we were gonna leave or when we wanted to go together. Easy.
Super easy. Gonna be the best semester.
So we decided we were gonna play some basketball on Friday. Relieve some stress of just normal stuff. And we go. It took a while. It took a while to find the first game, right?
Like crazy crowded.
It was not surprising it's first Friday, but
right.
So it took a long time. We finally get a court on the back side. Then we got a game. We won the first game.
Playing good.
We were playing pretty good. And then we started the second game. We did have some good teammates too.
Oh man.
There's that girl and that guy that are always together.
And the girl was pretty
She's
good.
She's good.
Yeah. I thought we'd be on the court for a while. I was like, this is what my life's gonna be like now.
Yeah. I'm just winning all the time.
All the time and gonna be good. Never get off the court.
So we're playing and we start the second game. I don't had anyone scored yet? I don't remember.
I think it was 2-0. It was 2-0
losing,
then.
Right?
Yeah, we were losing.
So I steal the ball.
It was a cool steal.
That was a decent steal. And I start running down court because I basically intercepted a guy's pass. And I start running down court. Just gonna go for a regular layup. Guy comes beside me. He's kind of catching up a little bit while I'm dribbling, and then I do my 2 steps to do a layup. And that first step with my right foot,
I'm freaking out right now.
Towards the basket. And when I planted on his foot, and I planted so that I only hit half of his foot, and basically it angled my foot the wrong way.
Definitely
I didn't roll it. I went the other way. So if you think of rolling your ankle, I went the other way with the guy's foot. Forcing me to be angled that direction, and basically all my force of me sprinting on the court. I was doing full speed down court. So whenever I did that, I planted all my force on that right leg, and basically it dislocated my tibia, and that came out of my ankle, and then my fibia broke in 2 spots, and I hit the ground, slide down the court to off the court basically, and I feel the pain, so I reach down like you do, and I felt some slime, and that's when I was like, "Oh, that's not good." And I looked, and my ankle was basically off of my foot. Like my ankle wasn't; it was just dangling.
Wasn't there anymore.
And it was kind of like flopping around a little bit.
In the wind.
And then when I felt that and I saw that, and all I thought was, I really messed up this time.
And this is something I'm just remembering right now. I remember you falling, and then me just thinking nothing of it because you slid. It honestly didn't look like the fall itself. Obviously, the leg was the bad part. The fall itself didn't look that
The
bad
fall
because
wasn't bad.
you just fell and slid, and I remember that. And then I remember like because I thought you were gonna. I was also running behind you, and I thought you were gonna throw it up and then like maybe like hit it off the glass, and I'd be able to do a layup that way because that guy
Yeah.
was coming in pretty quick, so I was running as well. And then by the time you fell, I like wasn't gonna jump or anything, and so I circled around, kind of like I kind of continued my run, but it turned into a jog, and I was just gonna like circle around and just kind of like give you a hand up. And when I did that, that's when I saw your leg, and that's when like I kind of lost all the breath I had, and it was that was, and I remember I double taked and I saw it, but it was super bent, and I was like, that's bent wrong. And I remember I was like, oh, I really made that noise, and then I did like a quick like little like circle, like right where I was standing, kind of wasn't like maybe like a couple yards, like square feet, just like a little circle back around, and just kind of was um, looking at you from the other way with all the other people and everyone. Everyone was like, didn't even make a
Everyone
sound.
backed away.
Huh? Yeah, backed
Everyone
away.
backed away.
I backed away a little bit, and then I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna be helpful this time. Because flashback, I watched this girl flip herself off a bike once and land on her back and scream. I didn't really help, didn't know what to do. So I was like, it's not gonna be this way this time. Jacob knows because I've told him about it.
Yep.
What happens then, Jacob? You're on the ground. You're at this point. You've already said what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, I messed up.
Yeah, and then I remember a lot of pain through my whole leg.
How bad? Like as bad as you think it would be? Like whenever I picture that, I'm like, that is excruciating as bad as it gets. Is
I
it really
mean,
like that?
it was the worst pain I've ever felt. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sure there's things that are worse, but like, I mean, I've never felt that much pain.
right.
And I think right after it was like so overwhelming that like like it was like a sensory overload is like what I describe it as. Of it's hard to like describe it because it feels like everything's in pain, and
Yeah.
then like it all like gets numb, and like you just feel like becomes like normal. Well, I don't know if it becomes normal, but like all that pain is all in that region, and you just feel like your blood like I don't know if it was clotting. I mean, it was obviously, but like
Yeah.
I could just feel all like the tissue, and I don't know if it was tissue, but like I could just feel all this heat and like all this blood and like all this movement, and I felt like a ton of pain,
Oh.
and that's when you came over at one time, and I do remember you saying relax your face because I remember I was like groaning because it hurt.
It looked bad. I remember the look on your face.
Um,
Not good. It's just a wince rather than a groan.
yeah, 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 because it was like a throbbing pain. Like it was hurting, and then there would be like a stronger throb of pain.
God.
So that was happening, um, and then I like put my head down and I relaxed my face, and I don't remember what happened after that. I remember talking to you for a little bit and
I
you
tried.
telling people to go to
Yeah,
get people to go do stuff to
I
get
tried to
people
lie
to.
to you too.
You also said it's not that bad, and I said you're a liar.
Right to my face.
I did. I
In front
said
of
that
all
right.
those
I said you're a
people.
liar, right?
Yeah, you did. In front of all those people. My ego is as bruised as your ankle.
But I said that a lot, didn't I? I
Yeah,
was like, you're a liar.
you
You're such.
liar.
I was like, you're such a liar. I was like, I'm not an idiot. Don't you dare try to ease me right now.
I tried to rationalize it. Just, just trying to like rationalize. Like, okay, it's bent, but it's
I
fine.
saw my bone. I was like, oh, this is not good.
Could you have
But
brought
I think
yourself to look back down again?
I don't remember. I only looked like twice,
Oh god.
but for the most part, I was not looking at it. I was looking to the left
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
because the
Staring at the
guy came
tarp on
in
the wall.
because the guy came and held my foot, my
Oh right.
calf.
Yeah.
That also hurt. Like him just holding, like he wasn't holding anything like near it. Like, it was only, like, the calf, like,
Right.
upper calf,
Hmm.
but, like, I was like, that hurt.
Oh, I bet that hurt. I bet that was super painful. You were bleeding. Like, I guess I didn't really think about this in my head. I just kind of like told him to do it just because.
Yeah, why did you tell him to do that?
Well, I told him to do it because you were bleeding a lot, and I knew if we held your leg up, it would stop a lot of bleeding. So, like at first, when it was like that, there was like blood on the ground, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like it was like I don't know because I didn't really think about it in the moment. I'm just trying to think of because I have the picture in my head of kind of what it's like, and it was just like it was a lot bloodier than it was pretty. It was getting pretty bloody. So I was like, okay, let's hold up
Yeah.
his leg. Obviously, you know, just basics of rice, rest, ice, compress, and elevate. We really only had the elevate, so didn't really have the other ones.
Yeah, so that all that was happening, and so then people were going and getting, like, the EMT staff, which she came over, and I don't remember what she did, but she didn't do anything
No,
other
nothing.
than
She was no
other
help.
other than call the people who actually needed to come.
We could have done by ourselves.
Yeah, we probably should have just called 911 at the
Yeah.
beginning. Um, oh, what else? I remember I calmed down a little bit. I feel like
Probably.
I guess the adrenaline and shock and all kicked in.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
assume, even though I still remember being in a lot of pain like the whole time.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I don't remember like not feeling pain. I remember feeling a lot of pain.
It was probably like kind of. I can see why you would say it would be like a burning, because not only is your bone broken, which normally when someone breaks an arm, so let's say like someone breaks an arm, right? Just maybe other people listening to this will kind of like see what I'm saying too. But like you break your arm, and like it can really hurt when you break your arm, like super bad, but it's not like the worst pain in the world. But that's just because the bone broke and like you kind of jacked up a little bit of the tissue on the inside. Not only did your bone break, it broke in like three different places,
The
and
fibia did.
yeah, your fibula broke in like three different places, and then your tibia comes out the medial side of your freaking ankle. So not only that, you tore four ligaments. You didn't tear your tendon, but I doubt they even really looked at it. But your Achilles was twisted. It had to have been because your leg was twisted like that, and you broke your bone a bunch of times. And not only that, you lacerated the whole
Yeah,
inside part of your ankle area.
yeah. Basically, the left side of my right foot
I can
was
feel,
basically all gone.
God, I can feel like that. I can just feel like
So
that could be a confusing amount of pain in so many different areas that it just burns.
yeah, like the whole area, like 'cause it was basically the whole like between half of my calf, like upper calf and down, it was just pain. I don't know if because I don't think anything above was really damaged that high, but I just think the pain receptors were just like all like, yeah, this is full
Just
level
that.
10, send it all up.
Oh yeah, send it all the way up to the big man on top. Your bone is so
Let them know.
long, you'll get it. Like you'll get it at the top of the bone too.
Yeah. So
Good. Lord.
that was all happening. I don't know how long it really took for it felt
Dude,
like
it took
forever
a
for
long
the EMT.
time.
Well, it felt like a long time to me because I was in pain, so I was like, "I want my drugs now."
Yeah.
Uh, I do remember I people, like, just walking around not even walking around, but just kinda, like, sitting there, like, in shock and, like, trying not to look, but, like, also kinda wanting to look,
The guy who took a picture
and the guy who took a picture and tried to, like, hide it even though I was definitely looking at him
totally
when he took
saw
it.
him. I bet you would have
Uh,
let him take a picture with you.
I probably would've been like, "Okay." But I just didn't care at that point, like, it's just, like, there wasn't, like I was like, "I don't care." Like, I'm in so much pain right now that I would rather just, like, "Cool, take a picture." Like, send it to me at least. What a pansy, didn't even send it to me.
Yeah, I know. Were you worried, by the way,
I
about
want
your leg? I guess I never asked that. Were you like, oh crap? Or was it just like, this hurts so bad right now?
it hurts so bad that like, it hurts so bad, and I also, like, I in the moment, I also, like it's like, it hurt and everything. I calmed down a little bit, and then I realized, like, this is gonna change a lot.
Oh god.
This semester is gonna suck. Or, like, I was like, "This is not this is gonna be, like, a different like, this is gonna be a different semester than what I thought it was gonna be."
This is gonna be different.
And then I kind of got angry because then I was like, I had just been doing really good workouts and like I was doing really good, and I was like, dang it, I don't become a potato.
And
Um,
this kind of happened.
so I was slightly angry. Funny enough,
That
but
makes sense.
I never. Now that you mentioned it, I never really thought like, oh, dude, like, will my leg like get cut off or like will like I never be able to walk in? Like, I never really thought about that stuff.
I had that thought for you, I guess. I got a little stressed. I was like,
I
uh-oh.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to be the
I
roommate who got his roommate's foot chopped off.
yeah, I actually never really thought about that.
That is good
Um,
because it was looking like it was getting there,
um,
dangling.
but I think the part of that's just because I was in so much pain that like I couldn't really think
Yeah,
about
that makes sense.
the damage.
So
Because I
much
mean,
damage.
all I saw was my bone come out, so I didn't know about my broken bone.
Oh god.
I was more focused on the bone coming out.
Did you?
Um,
I don't even know. I keep thinking
so
about it, and it makes me like kind of like laugh, but like not because it's funny. Like I just have no other response but to like laugh because I remember it.
yeah, so then the EMTs get there, they cut my shoe off, which hurt.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you did not like that. I know that.
yeah, that hurt a lot. And they tried to do a good job. Like it was nothing their fault or
Yeah.
anything.
No,
It
not at
just
all.
it hurt a ton. And they took my blood pressure and all that stuff. I thought for some reason I thought the blood pressure thing was like drugs.
Yeah.
Like I was like I think they're about to give me drugs, but they just reduced my blood pressure, and I was like that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Um, so then they like put a stent around my air splint thing around my ankle,
That looks
which I don't even,
painful.
yeah, I don't really understand. I don't remember it being super painful, but I don't even remember how it even held it together. I don't know. I
It
don't remember.
really. I remember looking at it. and I was like, I don't see how this is helping.
Yeah. But then they like I basically like planked and they like put me on the stretcher. Um, and then I remember I walked out and I remember I looked over and I saw people like their faces were like I like ghost like they saw someone die.
God,
Um,
they didn't cover it on the way out.
well, the splint covered it up,
Oh right. Okay, right. That's what
but
I remember now.
those people who saw me were the ones who saw me like the actual bone come out. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's because there's still all the people on court.
Oh, God.
Um, I passed people in the hallway, but they didn't know. They just saw a guy on a stretcher.
Right. I was about to say you should cover that up. Going through the
Um,
whole thing.
and then like that little back way they took me. There's like a guy working there, and he was just like, "Hey," I was like, "This is not a hey situation,"
Yeah. Not
but I
a
kind of
hey.
was like, "Yeah," I was like, "Eh." I don't.
Hey.
Yeah, I think did I do a thumbs up
Yes, you
when I
did.
went? I kind of faintly remember that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. We haven't even talked about that. I don't think we really talked about that much. Yeah, you did. You did do a thumbs up. When did you do your thumbs up?
I think I did it right when I got the stretcher when I was going out, and I think that's when I saw their faces, and I think that's when I did it.
Yeah, I think that's about right. That sounds right.
I was still on court, but I don't know when I was, how far I was on the
God.
court or whatever, all that stuff.
And
But
the ambulance went to the wrong side. The lady who called the EMTs was like, they'll be at the front of the rec center. I was like, great.
yeah,
And,
you do tell me about this.
and I
Yeah,
was like, okay, cool. I'll go stand there. Like I said before, at this point, the thought of you losing your foot came to my mind because I didn't really want to look at your foot too much. But after like maybe 2 or 3 minutes of you being on the ground, I was like, okay, I need to look at it and actually see like what's going on. So like maybe we like need to know what we're doing here. And we were looking at it, but I really couldn't look at it for too long because I didn't want to. I was also trying to make eye contact with you, and
your eyes were so big,
they were probably huge.
especially when you were saying it's not that bad. I saw your eyes, I was like, "You're so, no, no, it's not."
Golly, I
Did I grab your hand or your knee or something?
at one point, I think at one point you grabbed my either my knee or like my wrist, I think. And I was like, dude, don't even worry about it. Just do it because it looks so painful. I was just like, dude, it's okay.
I just remember your knee being to the right of me, and I felt like I wanted to like hit it, like I wanted to
You need
pat
this.
it, like I don't know why. I was just like, but I was like, I didn't do it. I was like, no, why would I do that?
How to do that? It's kind
But
of
like
weird.
my brain was like going like 100 miles per hour because I was in so much pain. So I was like thinking of like 1,000 different things.
You just gotta figure, and then you just decide I'm gonna turn my head. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I did turn my head. I
This
was
is
like,
my
hmm,
life now. Everything to the which way did you turn? To the right or the left?
left because
That
I was facing towards that
tarp.
mat thing. Yeah, tarp.
Everything to the left of me is okay.
Yeah, to the right is my right leg, which
Yeah,
is falling off.
totally
So,
not okay.
um, so yeah, the ambulance gets me, EMTV get me. They put me in the little ambulance. They finally give me ketamine, or
Yeah, ketamine.
no, it wasn't ketamine.
Oh, ketamine was at the emergency room. They gave you morphine in that ambulance, probably.
No, fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl.
Give me fentanyl.
Oh, makes sense.
Because they asked me what my weight was, so they could get the thing.
Jeez,
Um, so they did that, and they drove me to the hospital, and we hit a few bumps, and I remember it hurt.
I bet that would be super
Um,
painful.
but the drugs were helping.
Yeah, how was the ambulance actually? Because I wasn't, obviously wasn't there. Was it just like awkward and silent?
No, the guy was doing stuff. He was like doing paperwork. He was asking me questions for paperwork stuff, and like, first he gave me the drugs. Smart man.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense.
then he started doing some paperwork stuff, and then to give like the doctors and stuff, and then like, he was doing like other stuff. Um, so he was doing stuff the whole time. So I was just answering questions and following whatever instructions he had. Um, Then we got to the hospital, St. Joseph's. Take me out, put me in a room, um, and all and the staff were kind of surprised. Um, and then I don't know when you came in. I don't know how long that
It was
was.
a while. I think it was like maybe an hour plus, maybe even two.
Because were you in there when they took the X-rays?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so yeah, so basically when I got in there, they like looked at it and they're like, okay, we need to do this and this X-ray. I'm gonna be helping you with some guy. Um, and they basically got two metal plates and like made like a little 45-degree angle around my. They put one underneath my ankle, which hurt, and they put one on the right side of my ankle. They took pictures of it. Um, that hurt because it started bleeding more when they started moving it.
Uh,
Um, and then I'm trying to think of what else. They also wanted to take pictures eventually, but that was later. Um, I don't remember too much happening in between there. Or at least I don't. I mean, they gave me morphine. They gave me another IV because I had two IVs on both arms.
yeah, you were
Uh,
drugged up.
so they definitely gave me morphine right when I got in. Um, and then you eventually got there.
I feel like I feel like maybe it was maybe it wasn't an hour. I think it was like 45 minutes, and then I
Did
got
you tell
there and
Did you tell Coral right after it happened?
I called Coral, and I know like with Coral, like I've got to watch my words, otherwise she's gonna think it's like a big deal. Obviously, it was a big deal, but it was like I didn't
It was
want
like,
to get like
freak her out.
yeah, freak her out or startle her or think it was me. He was like, so I was
Yeah,
like, I called her. I was like, hey, I can't remember what I said, but I was like, hey, guess what? Something crazy
guess
just happened, and so I'm leaving the wreck right now. Um, Jacob's in an ambulance going to the hospital, and he hurt his leg. And it kind of I don't think I even told her I don't think I told her what it was until she got there. Actually,
Hmm.
I think part of me on the inside wanted to see her reaction, and that was sinful. I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure that I didn't. There was for
you,
some reason I didn't tell her. I don't think I told her
you're gonna have to ask her.
exactly. Yeah, I'll have to ask her when she comes back in because I'm very curious. Maybe I did though. But anyway, so she comes. I'm in there, and then I remember because I wouldn't expect her to get there that quick. I remember you're in your bed, and you're like, "Is that Coral?" I was like, "Shut up! You're crazy, idiot! Through drugs." Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
yeah.
I was like,
Because I saw Coral before you saw Coral. Because I saw her walk by. And I was like, I think that was Coral.
"Golly!" I was
I
like,
don't know how I was super aware. I guess.
you must have been because maybe a PTSD if just anyone walks by you, you're like, "Oh, my leg." But yeah, and then she walked by, and I was like, it wasn't Coral. And she comes back, and I was like, "Oh, you're here really early." I was like, "That was just coincidence." She comes in, and I remember her going, like, "Oh my gosh!" And then just like being like, have like I think she like had a mental realization. She's like, "Oh, God, let's control this." As not to make it worse, she's like, "Oh, Jacob," kind of bringing the tone down.
Like, why'd you do this?
Why did you? Yeah, Jacob, this is your fault. And she was probably just. I think that's her. That's her like her like, "Oh, you're hurt."
Yeah.
And then she
Um.
was. I got to get. What happened after that?
Well, somewhere around there is when the PA and the nurses want to take pictures of it after they're done like doing most of the stuff.
Yeah, that PA was really talking up on your leg. Like, we ain't never seen one like this here. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, what do you mean? This is the emergency room in
So
Bryan.
she, yeah, yeah, Brian. So yeah, she took a picture, and I talked to the staff some. We made some jokes. I think we made some dark jokes too.
Probably.
Because I remember the nurse guy was like, "We'll get along real well." Um,
He was cool. I liked
I
him.
don't remember very much, like, because I remember I talked to you guys. I remember talking to the nurse and be like, "Should I call my parents?" And I was like, "I don't know." Um,
Maybe not.
I didn't call my parents, so um, I don't know. After that, eventually they get stuff set up for my surgery, obviously. Um, but first they were gonna try to realign my leg, which was the first thing that they tried to do, which is that's when they gave me ketamine. That basically knocked me out and got me super high.
For
Um,
real.
but because that's when I thought I was like on sunset clouds or pink clouds
Pink
I don't know,
clouds.
or like on this bed mattress of like softness. I don't know. It was really weird. And I remember thinking, I need to remember this. I need to remember this. I need to remember this.
I may remember it a little bit.
And then I think I remember my body's voted vessel, which is an inside joke with my cousin.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
soccer, women's soccer.
oh yeah, yeah. So I was watching women's soccer before they gave me ketamine because well, that's the only thing I was on TV. So I was like, I might as well watch it. And when I woke up, I was like, "How's the soccer team going?"
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
like,
I was like, okay.
that's all I cared about. I was like, I want to know. We won. I remember that, but
I feel like I had to look it up or something later. I think I remember being confused by that.
But and then like the doctor came in like after they like right after they tried to replace my or redo my leg, and like I had to sign these papers or something. I don't remember what I signed. Um, but at the moment I understood what he said, but I don't know if I really did. Um,
Oh, it
seemed
was a
nice though.
dude.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
it was the guy whoever did my surgery.
oh, I remember him talking to him like at like 2 in the morning. He was really nice.
Um, so I signed whatever papers they wanted me to sign, and I kind of woke up from the ketamine stuff and basically took well, you guys came in evidently and we talked. I don't remember that very much.
That's when you told me about the clouds and the. You told me about everything: the clouds, the vessels, the soccer game. That's how I literally got most of the information about
I don't remember
this
telling you
stuff.
guys all about that.
God.
So that happened. They wheeled me off to the surgery room, which I don't remember you guys being there, but okay.
Yeah, I
Maybe other
remember
guys.
walking. We walked with you down to the hallway, and that's when
I
you
remember I was
talked about
telling
the
the
papers.
nurse about drone stuff
Yeah, I
and my
race
maid shirt.
drones, and it's like it's the coolest thing. Like it's
Yeah.
like it is. And
And then they took me to the surgery room and they did the surgery. They asked me what alcohol drink I wanted, and I said the strongest one. And they're like, "Cool, we can do that for you." Put me asleep. They didn't even tell me they were putting me asleep, but they just put me asleep. Like I don't remember them like counting down or anything.
they just did
But
it.
woke up kind of confused, alone by myself.
God. All this time, Cole and I are at the kettle eating pancakes.
Oh, so yeah, we woke up or I woke up and they wheeled me to my room. After like slowly, I woke up, and then I kind of like I don't everything like beeped because if I moved, it would beep like the IVs and stuff,
Oh,
and like they were pumping me full of fluids. And I had a pee in a little bottle thing, which was super awkward because
that
it
was cool.
was just weird.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
peed like 5 times. She had to keep emptying it out every time.
God, poor lady.
Um, I never spilled any of it, so
Just drank a
whatever.
little bit.
That's disgusting.
Sorry.
I didn't sleep well at all that night.
I feel like you can't because you still have the double IVs.
Yeah, and they beep, and yeah, it wasn't good at all. Um,
Weren't you
man,
raised?
that really sucked.
And you had your little nightgown on.
Oh man, I'm thinking about it right now. And I'm thinking about wow, that really did suck
Oh, you
a
know what I
lot.
remember? I remember. Okay, so Coral and I go to the kettle. I don't know when. When did I get your? Okay, so I have your phone, right? I've got your phone. I have your wallet, and I have your insurance card, which is in your wallet, conveniently, or something like that, or like I don't even
Yeah, it
know
was
how
in
I
my
had that.
wallet.
Yeah. So okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, I was in your wallet. Well, I feel like I had. I think I had your shoe in the back of my car.
And they didn't that you gave them that insurance card. They didn't even take it. They're like,
Really?
that's not insurance. Yeah, because they're stupid and didn't think it was insurance because it wasn't like a super big brand. So like, no, that's not it.
It's like, nope, yeah, it is. That's insurance.
Even though they took it, but they didn't do anything with it.
Just turn you
Idiots.
away. You're gonna have to go home and deal with it. Sorry, can't treat you here. God, that'd been bad. That wouldn't have happened, obviously. But I remember I had your phone and your wallet and your keys and stuff. And I was like, oh God, I've got one job right now. Don't lose this stuff. And I remember, so we talked to the surgeon guy, and I was like, hey man, it's all great that his leg is better, but I kind of have his stuff, and it's kind of not going to matter if he can't move tomorrow and can't get his stuff. So who do I give this to? And he was like, go up to uh, the PACU, which is post anesthesia care unit or something like that, is what he said. And he's like, there should be a nurse up there. You go up there, you give her the stuff. Your friend should be able to get it tomorrow, and just leave a note with it. And I was like, okay. So I go up there with Coral. I'm like, hey, I need him to have this stuff. Super important. Are you gonna be here? Anyway, I was like, I need him to have the stuff because otherwise, that's gonna be a big issue, and it already sucks. And she was like, great. We'll like get it to him tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. And so I'm getting ready to like kind of like walk away and leave with Coral. And it's like really like it's like I don't know, it's pretty late at this point. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, she's not gonna be here in the morning. I was like, are you gonna be here in the morning? She's like, nope, I should be gone, but one of the other nurses will give it to him. I was like, how will they get it to him if he you know if there's like numerous floors of this anyway? So I was like, I wrote a note on it, like it's probably like the worst handwriting ever. I was like, I don't even know what to write. Like Jacob's stuff, and then I left. I was like, hope he gets his stuff tomorrow. And then I remember I got a text from you at like 12,
And
maybe.
they gave it to me right after. They gave it to me after the surgery.
Really? Oh, okay.
Like when I got my bed, they had like the stuff all together.
And they just like put it on like the thing next to your bed.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's like
Wish I
water
would
and
have known
stuff.
that. And then I got a text from you at like 12, right? Didn't you text me at like
No, no,
12
it was later than that.
later? 12:40?
At night because
No,
my
no.
surgery. Oh,
No, the text in the morning when you're like, "Hey,
oh,
I'm here."
oh no! I texted you at like 11 or something.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sometime like,
No, 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 I didn't. I texted you earlier than that because I told you I'm supposed to get out around 11 or 12.
oh yeah, you got out. You were like, "Yeah, I'm getting out at 11 or 12." I think you texted me at like
It was in the
9 or
morning.
10:20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It wasn't like super early or anything. And I remember I was not expecting that. I woke up and I was like, "Oh crap!" I was like, I remember
you
calling
were
Cole.
late.
I was like, "You want to go with me?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll be over there in a minute." I was like, "Okay." And then I took a shower or something like that, and then we left. And
And you came and
yeah,
got me.
then we came and got you. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna be bitter. I remember thinking that. I was kind of nervous going over there because I was like, we had played basketball before, obviously, and we were friends, but like, just normal friends. Like if there's like acquaintances, friends, good friends, and then you got like your roommates and then stuff like
Yeah,
that. I feel like we were like at the point to where we were like, I don't even know, but like
I
I was
don't know
like,
where
I
we
don't
were.
know how he's gonna act, and like I don't know him well enough yet. This is like the first week, but honestly, blossomed into a
Well,
just a wonderful friendship. But I was nervous at the time. I was like, is he gonna be bitter?
see, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried about that at all. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna at least take me back to my apartment or back to our house, so I can like get my drugs, and like go to sleep.
I'm gonna use this guy all semester. That's a
Oh
tool.
my
He deserves it.
gosh. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I just remember. Well, I called my parents at 8 o'clock. I called my dad. I call my mom. My mom doesn't answer, so she's. I don't know. She never. I don't. Out of all the people who would answer in a need of time of need, she doesn't answer. Um,
God.
she wants to kill me
Oh yeah.
because I didn't call her. But so I called her. She didn't answer. So I actually called my brother Ben, who lives in Houston. I was like, "Hey, let you know I broke my foot. Whatever, whatever." He's like, "Did you call mom and dad?" I'm like, haven't yet. They didn't answer. He's like, "Oh." I was like, "Okay." So I did that. I tried to call my other brother. He didn't answer. He probably asleep. Um, and then because I woke up Ben, which is my oldest brother. Then Matthew. I don't think Matthew answered. I think I called him. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I think I did though. Whatever. And then I call my dad, who never answers his phone. He answers. I tell him. He goes like, "I need. Hold on. I'm gonna get mom." I was like, "Oh no."
The typical dad
And
response.
basically gave his phone to my mom, and told her, and she's like, "Why'd you do that?" Which was super helpful.
Yeah.
She was like, "Jacob." I was like, "Don't get mad at me."
God.
But so I told him all about it. Well, actually, I don't think I told him the extent of how bad it was. Kind of like how you with Coral, you kind of played it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
you gotta
I played mine
downplay it.
way down. I played mine way
Oh,
down.
I bet.
Uh,
You
I was
slowly
like,
warmed your parents up to like what actually happened.
it was like, so the bone came out. So yeah, I tell them, and I was like, yeah, because at that point I already knew when I was gonna get. They already told me when I was gonna leave. So I basically I stayed on the phone with them for a little while, obviously. And I told them that I was going to be leaving around 11 to 12 and being back in my house, which I think they also helped with downplaying it. They're like, "Oh, you're already going back." But so that's after I ended that call. That's when I told you. I think I texted you, and told you, and then you didn't get there till like 1, didn't you?
Got there at like 12:40 on the dot.
I remember I saw you in the parking lot coming over.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
You had a cool room, not gonna lie.
and the helicopter left when I was there.
That's pretty cool.
So they gave me crutches. They teach me how to walk on the crutches, even though I'd done that before, so I kind of knew it. Um, and then after that was done, you took me in the wheelchair to the car. We got Smoothie King, and we went to my house, our house.
Our house. Were you in a particularly talkative mood when you left? What was your mood when you left?
My mood when I left. I was just happy I was leaving.
I feel like you were either exhausted. Okay, so every time, because we had lived in the house together for like,
2 weeks, right?
yeah, probably like 2 weeks at that point. But, at that point, you only get to see pretty much one side of somebody, which is like whenever they want to see you, they will see you. But later on the semester, that's obviously not the case. But for the first 2 weeks, it kind of is. But, so, this is one of the first times I'm like, oh, he's probably tired. We're,
Oh,
probably not doing great, not doing bad, not doing great. And I was like, huh. And like I'm like a talkative person, so I don't know. I just talk even when I don't have. If I have nothing to talk about, I'll talk. You can ask Coral. She doesn't like it when she's trying to go to sleep. She's right here.
yep.
Hey, Coral. And so I was like, huh. What do I say here? I was like, I'm not gonna say much. We're gonna go get a smoothie. And that was the right decision.
I don't remember what I even talked about.
You didn't really talk at all, really, on the way to the hospital. I asked
Did
you
I
a couple
not?
of questions, and I was like, so I think I'm gonna leave him alone. Yeah, you did.
I
Coral just randomly walked over here. I'm not even talking about the smoothie. She's like, the smoothie? I bought him that smoothie. And I was like, I didn't say
She
you
did.
did
She's awesome.
it. Coral says she's a better friend.
Tell her she was.
Jacob says you weren't.
I said I know.
He said,
Don't lie.
he asked me if
Wait,
you were.
ask her if you told her about my leg.
Hey, do you remember when I told you about Jacob's leg on the phone? Did I tell you about?
Like-
I didn't tell you about his leg on the phone, did I?
No, you
I
were
just-
like, hey, don't freak out. Or no, that was something else.
Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, you called me on the phone, and I was with Ashley and Mallory, and you're like, just don't make a big deal of it right now, but hey, I'm at the hospital, come here. And I thought I was talking about you, but anyways, then you're like, yeah, Jacob like hurt himself, like you come to the hospital like right away. And so I'm like, what? But tell me what happened. You wouldn't tell me what happened. I didn't understand.
I knew it. I just told Jacob why I didn't do that. Partially, I wanted to see what your reaction would be to his grotesque leg.
Gosh, well that was a shock.
I was just talking about you, how when you walked in, you were like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I think you realized you had to like tone it down for the sake of Jacob. And you're like, "Ah, Jacob."
I know. And then I tried not to look at it. Oh, my face. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then I'm like, "Oh, I was not actually super shocked."
Oh no. Carl's over there like, "Oh, it's really that bad. You think you'll lose your leg?"
Oh my god! See that? Like
Hope it doesn't get infected.
Leg.
Amputate it completely. Yeah,
Oh,
I knew it,
my.
and I wasn't even sure. I remember when we were talking about that a second ago. I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I didn't tell Coral because I wanted to see her reaction. And lo and behold, that's the case.
That's funny.
Look how well I know myself. Anyway,
And then everyone took pictures of it.
that's true. I got some real close. I got like 2 inches. No, I got like an inch and a half away from. Like,
You
the
got
bone.
real close.
I got.
Yeah, you got real close. I remember I was like, "Dang, he got real close. He's really interested in this."
I remember like I was like, is it cool if I like, get like look at it like real close and stuff? And like, yeah, go ahead. Like this is so cool.
Yeah,
I remember
I didn't care at all.
The bone was so white, like it was like
Yeah, it
totally
was.
white.
It was white.
That was really cool. Not gonna lie.
I do remember that being like, "Wow, that's really white."
Right?
And then like the contrast with the blood and the white, how white it was.
Mm-hmm.
The blood didn't get on the bone somehow.
Right. Yeah.
Or at least not at like that white part is so white. I was like, it should be covered in like blood or something, right?
Right.
But it wasn't.
I know. It was weird. And plus, like, in that one picture, like, there's that one picture that is like the best picture of your leg that actually has like the broken part of your leg. Like the way your leg broke, like it looks like it just broke so clean. It looks like it cut with a knife. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
But there's like
Yeah.
2 little bumps that stick out of it. Obviously,
Well, that's where it locks into the ankle.
right, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. That's where the fibula and tibia meet and like lock there. And I'm gonna go look at it now because I actually looked at it earlier today. Yeah, there it is. That's just so white. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at it right now, and like the rest of the bone is blood soaked. So it's only the part that like didn't get blood on it that was like crazy white. Like the rest of the bone
was the bottom part, right?
Yeah, it was the very bottom. How do you even remember that? I guess
Because I don't have the picture up, but I have the picture in my head. I've seen it enough.
And I'm just realizing, looking at your picture, like, yeah, you're right. Like where it came out of your leg, like actually ripped up your leg pretty high.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Huh.
I did.
Learn something new. Yeah. I did. I know.
I definitely realized that one.
God, all the PAs, the nurses, the orthopedic surgeon who had the consult to come down here, they were pretty nice. They did a good job. Luckily, it wasn't like, oh, you know what?
They did do a really good job.
You know what I remember? I think I walked past a dead guy. I'm not even kidding. I remember I was trying to find you down there, so they said I could come in, and I walked around. Remember I told you like I was walking around the ER and the wards, and I like saw somebody who was like super cut up and like super like. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had remembered that. I never really thought to really mention it too much, but now that I'm remembering, nobody was in the room there with him, and he was just laying there, and I'm pretty sure he was dead. Interesting.
Well,
see something new every day. Or like
Yeah.
1,000 things in one day, and the rest of the year is pretty normal.
Yeah. I don't even know where we left off. Me going back to our house, and then I basically sat on the couch or my bed for the rest of the semester.
That's really. But you started moving like way, way, way earlier than I thought you would be moving.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to
And, oh god,
because I was like, I could barely move my toe, my big toe.
I remember you showing me you moving your toe.
I was so happy. I was like, look at it, yeah.
You like barely moved it, and I was like, "Good job."
I was happy.
God. And then also you had your you didn't even have a cast on. They didn't cast you. They got you in a soft cast.
Yes, a splint.
Oh god.
I had that for like 2 weeks, and then they took it off.
And then you got a boot, right?
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
it showering with the soft cast? Because I remember we had like plastic wrap in there for the longest time.
I put a trash bag around my thing, and then I put saran wrap around my leg up to like above my knee.
That makes sense.
It was very weird and awkward, and trying to get in and out of the bathroom was awful. It was just bad
It was,
because I was standing on one leg for most of it. Oh,
and you got your cool bench.
I did eventually get the little seat, which was fantastic.
That thing was awesome. I never like used it per se, but I never really moved it out of the shower, and like I'd set my shampoo bottle on it. Actually, I think I sat on it once. I was like,
It's nice.
hey, this is amazing. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ignore the fact that Jacob's butt has been here. I'm just I'm gonna sit here anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
So that was a good time.
Yeah.
But also,
I mean-
I remember being in a hurry once, and I had just got done mowing the lawn or something, getting in the shower, not realizing that your little the chair was there, and then just like
Mhm.
really like I think I'd like hurt something. I was like, get this chair out, just get out of here. Why is all this stuff in here? This happened like a month ago.
Just so
Like,
bad.
yeah, I don't care about this kid anymore.
Oh,
Not really.
that. Yeah, that. I mean, then I got my little shuttle service through A&M
That was
to get to go to my classes.
that was nice. That honestly,
Personalized shuttle system.
what God. Was it the same guy that drove it every time? And who was in there with
No,
you?
it was no. There's no one in there with me.
Ever?
It was no.
That's awesome.
But it was always different people. I mean, I got some same people, which were cool, but it was fine. They were all nice.
I can't believe A&M has a service that does that.
I mean, it's not that surprising. Not many students, people getting hurt and needing stuff.
That's true. I just never would have thought.
And they use it for wheelchair people.
That's
So,
true.
like, I mean, I bet you it's a law because they're state funded. They have to have some kind of
True.
disability service.
You know what? Why didn't you get a wheelchair? I never thought of that.
I did have a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Definitely had one of those.
I remember that. Man, I totally forgot about
I just never used it whenever I went out. I'd always use my crutches.
Did you have to buy that or rent it?
I bought it
I
to
totally,
my parents.
God, I totally remember that now. Oh man, I just have so many more memories now you said that. I remember your freaking wheelchair. Okay, one thing that was impressive though is that your doorway was maybe like 3.5 feet wide, and
Yeah.
your wheelchair was like 3 feet, like I'm just guessing, like 3 feet 2 inches wide or something like that. Not much room at all. Maybe even less. Maybe like 3, something like that. And I don't know how, but like with speed, you could get through that doorway and then make a
It was,
complete right
it was 'cause-
turn.
yeah, it was actually a really difficult thing because it was my doorway and then a sharp right turn and then a left turn.
God. And they were all like really tight hallways.
And like I had to time it. I was like, okay, here we go. Go in sharp here, out wide, in.
Turn it. Turn.
I mean, that's the only thing I could do all day was figure that thing
I
out.
know. And at least you had a good class schedule like conducive to that.
Yeah, I had it was gonna be a super easy semester. It was a super easy semester.
I remember like being in the living room, just like sitting there, and you rolling your way into the kitchen, and then I think maybe you were making ribs or something. Actually, this happened numerous times. All the times you were probably making ribs, and I remember like just because the wheelchair isn't very high, like I can't see you over the counter, and just forgetting you were there, and then and also you'd have your earphones in, maybe listening to that book, and
I was listening to books, yeah.
I bet you were,
I know I was.
and I remember sitting on the couch and just like maybe like you drop something or like maybe you're like talking to me and I just hear like hello. I'm like, what the? I was like, oh hey. I remember thinking to myself like, because sometimes I'd get really frustrated with statistics and I would like sometimes I'd do it in the living room. Like, okay, I need to watch what I say because he could be behind any corner. Maybe I don't do
Just
statistics at the house
Just
anymore.
lurking around in the wheelchair, silent.
It was scary. It came out of nowhere. It was weird. And like I was like, why is he in there that long? He's trying to spy on me?
That's very true because that wheelchair was so low. That counter, you couldn't see me over the
Oh,
counter.
not at
But I
all.
would be like, I would be doing stuff over there.
God,
Uh,
couldn't see you at all. How'd you even reach stuff in the pantry?
I would get up
Oh, okay.
out of the chair and then just get on one leg and just get it real fast.
Did you ever wheel a wheelchair on campus?
No,
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
I mean, it's so big and like it was so time consuming to get it just to campus. That I just did the crutches.
Plus, if you go down a hill,
I would
it's
die.
over.
There are brakes though, but I mean, I would still die.
Yeah, those brakes gonna flip you out of the front of the
But, I mean,
chair.
honestly, what I should have done was brought the wheelchair and be like, "Hey, girls, could you like wheelchair me to my class? Like, I just too tired right now.
Yeah, do you mind
I broke my foot. Yeah, it was really bad. Compound fracture.
playing
Yeah,
basketball?
you're pre med. Oh, you'll love this story.
You'll love this. Here, do you have like an hour and a half?
Yeah, we want to go get lunch.
Yeah. You want to get lunch? Oh, I forgot my wallet. Will you pay for my lunch?
Yeah,
That would be
perfect.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Bye. Never see you again. Thank you for the leg. God, I feel like if you, I just remember like once you got those new crutches, it changed the game.
I moved around a lot.
Those other ones hurt
They did hurt.
right in the armpits. It did not feel good.
I mean, and I was going from South Side to West Campus, which if you don't know A&M campus is like
It's a one, isn't it like?
mile and something.
Yeah, it's a mile plus. It's a long way. Plus, you have to walk in the middle of the sun, like in the middle of the day.
So basically, I was crutching halfway across campus and then getting on a bus and having to crutch up the stairs on the bus, which is always awkward. And then basically I crutched a lot around campus, and like my arms, they got a little bit bigger. I mean, a little bit stronger.
You crutched it up. I was pretty impressive at your crutching endurance.
I think I just had the willpower of like, I want to do this. This is my exercise because I can't do anything other than this.
That's true. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I went anywhere with you after that basketball. Because we're roommates. You think, okay, maybe they'll, go to the grocery store together, do some other things. I don't think I rode in the car with you again the rest of that semester until early December when you were on one of your walks, and I drove past you on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
that.
you went to Fazoli's with me. I remember at that point. I was like, there's no way. I don't think we're ever gonna leave the house together again.
I remember. I remember not asking. I try not to ask people to do stuff for me because I felt so bad.
God. I
I
remember getting your what was I looking for in the store? Advil extra strength or whatever in the store.
I had so many drugs beside my bed.
You did. You really did.
I had like 4 different types.
What was that?
My prescription and like hydrochlor I don't know what the prescription was. Hydrochloroquine?
Hydrocodone or oxycodone? I
Yeah.
remember.
No, it was one of those. And then I had like extra strength Tylenol, Advil. I had something else too. I had 4 different things.
You had a bunch of stuff.
I had vitamins. I had like other stuff.
You did, and you had prune juice, right? No,
Pomegranate
juice. I feel like that was the magic.
It could have been.
When did you get out of the boot? I know you walked.
November.
Really? You got out in November? Yeah, that makes sense.
But like the thing was, remember I was walking in the house, but I was still wearing the boot to other places
Mhm.
because I could walk around the house very slowly, um, and but then I'd still wear the boot to school and like to church or whatever or Bible study, whatever it is.
My biggest fear was accidentally hitting your leg. I remember one time I threw something at you
Someone hit
in your room, and I almost hit your leg. I was like,
someone hit my leg at Bible study or something. They're like, "Oh, sorry," and I was in the boot, so it didn't like do anything at all. And I was like, "Oh, you're good."
God. And then, they probably feel so bad. Like, oh, he's just so good at hiding it. No.
I think they did feel bad.
I'd feel bad.
It wasn't like a hard hit. They just kind of like knocked something, and I was like, "Oh, you're good." They're like, "Oh, I hit your leg." Oh,
You have to go back. What do you mean? Go back where?
fine.
Back.
If that broke my leg again, I should just die because that's sad.
At that point, just amputate it because it's a bad leg. You have to get a new one.
Um,
And then walked on graduation.
I did. So yeah, that was actually one
That was
thing.
impressive.
They didn't. They thought I was probably gonna be in the boot still for graduation or walking. They didn't know if I was gonna walk with like walk
Right. They totally thought you were going to crutch
without
over
the
the
boot.
stage.
I thought it might be a possibility.
I thought you'd be able to. I don't know. I remember you asked me. Now that I think about it, you probably asked me more frequently. That's a good point. Like the week after you got, no, like maybe 2 weeks after you got back. I remember you asked me a couple times, like, how long do you think this will be? Just like your best educated guess. And I was like, I don't know. I remember what they said though, and what they said sounded kind of long.
They said it was. They said a pretty long time.
I think I agreed with you that you could walk. You'd be able to walk for graduation. Obviously, wouldn't be completely healed. Oh God, tell them
Yeah.
about when you like popped a screw like a
Oh
robot.
yeah. So I have 11 screws. I don't think I ever said this, but I got 11 screws in a metal plate on my fibia. Um, one of the screws goes both through the fibia and tibia to hold them together like they should be. So they did that so that it can heal, all the muscles and ligaments can heal around it and keep it in place. So I'm on one of my walks, like 'cause I'm supposed to do like physical therapy type stuff. So I was doing walks to try to get back my leg some muscle because it was basically all gone. Um, and I was
It was
walking,
lean.
and I was on my phone with my mom actually, and I was talking. I was on the sidewalk and I was walking, and I remember I was like 2 steps, and I was in like my ankle was in a lot of pain, and it was like a sharp pain, and I was like, and I couldn't figure out what it was because I was just walking. And I wasn't walking fast either. I was just kind of like how you're talking on the phone and you're just kind of walking. Um, and I was a lot of pain, and I like got off the phone with my mom because I didn't tell her obviously. Um, and I was a little ways away from the house, like maybe half a mile. Um, and like I basically limped back to the house and got back to the house and got back in my bed, and I took some of the prescription medicine because I didn't know what was wrong. And basically, for that day it hurt, that night it hurt, the next day it hurt, but then it happened on Monday, and then Tuesday it hurt still, and then Wednesday, like I got out of bed one day and it just didn't hurt at all.
That's so
It was
weird.
gone,
You know what? That
and I just kind of like forgot about it until I went to my doctor's appointment, and she was like, "Did you have any pain, like pop sound or anything?" I was like, "Nah, felt good." Because I totally forgot about it. And then she was like, "You broke your screw. Do you not remember anything?" I was like, "Oh, there was this one time I was walking and I had a lot of pain in my
ugh.
foot, but it went away after 2 days completely."
So where did the
She was
screw
like, "Oh,
go?
it just
Like, is
broke."
it still in
Like,
there though? Like that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still in there. They couldn't take it out once it
So
broke.
now you just have like a broken screw just like in your flesh somewhere.
Yeah. Well, no, it's still in the bone. So it broke right in between where the fibia and
Oh,
tibia
that's right.
are.
I
That's
remember.
it's a clean break right between there. So
I remember now. I
yeah.
remember the X-ray because it's just it literally is like it's not like the screw popped out. Like the screw broke.
Yeah, like the middle of the screw broke in between the fibia and
Ah,
tibia.
yes, I remember now.
And the doctor was kind of like, "Yeah, I mean, we wish we could have taken it out, but like Like, it's not gonna affect. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if you cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, if you say this is okay, I'll leave anything. You guys have any more hydrocodone?
Yeah, they gave me like 60 of those, and I used like 25
Oh
tops.
yeah, yeah. They
Not
give you
even,
so
probably like
much.
20.
Like you don't need all that.
Like, yeah, that stuff can definitely get you high.
Oh yeah, because when the time you took it after you heard that popping sound, right? I remember you
Yeah.
told me you're like, I took some today, and I can feel it.
Oh no, that was a different
Oh, it
day.
was?
There was a day where it was like in the morning, and I hadn't eaten. It was like lunchtime, and I think I've been trying to do those exercises, with physical therapy exercises, like move my foot back and forth and side to
Mhm.
side, and it was getting swollen. And it was kind of a little painful because I mean I was trying to work with
Right.
it, and I was like starting to hurt, and I was like, oh no, like I was like, did I push it too hard? And I was like, you know what, I can just take one of those prescription ones. I'll be fine. Like it will go away, and then I need to study for I need to do some online assignments. That's what I need to do. I was like, okay, I'll just do that. Take one of those, and then I'll be fine. Like it'll be good. Took one. I was like, okay, here we go. That's fine. Got my computer out, started working, and like I started feeling like, dude, I feel like weird right now. And I was like, obviously I wasn't thinking about the medicine, but and then I was like, then I realized it's like, oh, I know exactly what I just did to myself, and I was like, this is not really an awful feeling, but I kind of need
Yeah.
to get this work done.
No.
and but like I got the work done, like I felt like kind of productive. I was like, oh, got it done, and then I fell asleep, and it felt great. And then, but I think it affected me so much because I didn't have anything in my stomach. Like I hadn't eaten anything since
Oh, I
till the day
bet.
before. So I think because I had taken it before and it didn't affect me like it did this time. But I think because I had food and I was like, I just think I had food and liquid in myself, so it didn't affect me as
Ah,
much.
that was. There's just so many stories in that leg period. That was a new time.
Yeah, three
But it
months
was.
or
I
4 months,
feel
I
like it
believe.
should have lasted a lot longer. You feel like something traumatic like that happens, and like it would last longer.
Yeah,
So tell everybody where are you at today? You're a
I mean,
survivor.
oh, that's aggressive. I run, so I can run. I did intramural soccer the spring after. Um, and then I ran. I actually in the spring I ran like 11
Oh yeah, you
miles
told me
one
that.
day. Um, but it was like 2 hours though, or it was an hour and a half. It took me a long time to do it, whatever it was. Um, did that. Um, I still run. Side to side motion is still not the best. Um, at strength wise or pain wise, I guess. I don't. It's not painful, but
Yeah.
still restrictive. I still have scar tissue. Like my scar is still like
Is
adhesed.
it kind of like
It's not
ginger?
like fully loosened, so I still work on it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like right below it, I have some nerve damage a little bit right below my where it came out, but uh, I'm trying to think. I mean, I still feel a little bit on my right side because you know how they slice down
Hmm.
the right
Yeah.
side where the fibula is to put the plate in. I still feel that side. There's that muscle right there. Um, I feel that when like you do jumping or jump rope
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're on your toes and you're like
Oof.
flexing. I can feel on the right side still. Um, it's still tighter than my right. Like it's stiff. Like I can tell that my right foot still or my right ankle still not the same. Like it's still tight and has like I don't actually the movement is not too much different than my right, but it takes more effort to get to the
That
same
makes sense.
movement
No,
in a
yeah,
way,
that makes sense.
if that makes sense. There's
God.
more
But
resistance,
overall, yeah,
but I mean I can still run and everything
man, back
and
in the
like
day,
sprint.
like a long time ago, I would have straight up effed you up for life. God. So now you're killing it.
uh,
I still have. I still get a little freaked out. And I'm like, I feel like I'm a lot more aware that like crazy injuries can happen. I've definitely been a lot more careful since, and I couldn't go back to the rec for like
Yeah, you didn't
yeah.
go back to the rec for like
Well, at the
most of
end,
the
I played a lot
semester.
of basketball at the end, but definitely up until like
I hate you.
I don't know. Yeah, probably November is when I started
November.
going in, or like because I was lifting weights before. And I was like, couldn't really go play basketball. I was like, I don't. You guys don't know what you're doing. Like I remember like watching people over there. I was like,
You don't
yeah,
know
yeah. You
what
just
could possibly
wait.
happen to you.
You just wait.
You know what? You don't know
This
what
isn't
you're
a
playing with when
game.
you're doing that.
Someone screams, "It is. It's basketball, loser."
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely. I can tell. I definitely notice that. Like when I think about stuff, I'm like,
Do I need to do this?
look at me. This is gonna be really bad. And it's usually when I notice it's usually I still think about my ankle. Like I'm
Mhm.
like when I step off of stuff, I'll like think about it a little
Yeah,
bit. Like
other one.
left leg.
Not this one.
Like if I'm doing runs and I'm like, you know how you run and you kind of go off like of the
Uh huh.
sidewalk to the road or whatever. Like I'll think about it a little
Yeah,
bit. Just be like, left leg. Sometimes I'll be like, I trust my right on this one.
yeah. It's like a
And
mental
like
victory. It's like,
it's kind of funny.
yes, we did this.
Or or like a few times I've like kind of tweaked it, not tweaked it, but like it kind of like moved a little
Oh
bit. I was like,
god,
nope,
that's so scary.
power.
Oh, that reminds me.
It's the
At the
massage.
rec, I was
Uh,
playing. So I start playing again. This is like the end of the year. Like this is like probably one of the last 5 times I played at the rec. Probably, yeah, 5 to 10 times. It was like the end, like the last week or two of school. And so, and during finals, I play a ton of basketball. Because I'm on campus all day. And so I go and I'm gonna go play basketball. Okay, there's not very many people there. I know I can get into a game. So I go on the rec, go to the far back left court, not the one we were on, but like the other side, the one we started on. And
yeah, yep,
so I start playing
yep.
with these guys, and I had told you. I remember I told you a couple days before that I had kind of tweaked my ankle, but it wasn't a big deal. I just thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't a big deal. Like it didn't hurt really at all. I just remember like my foot was a little sore because I get plantar fasciitis and like some stuff with my foot, and I was like, no big deal. Anyway, I thought it was funny, so I was making fun of you. I go and
Mm-hmm.
play basketball. I remember thinking to myself in my head, and I probably only remember this time because something actually happened. But I think every time I was playing basketball that semester, I thought to myself, please. I remember I probably prayed frequently. I was like, please keep me and everyone else safe when we play basketball this time. Please. I know you got a plan for the other one, but let's just maybe this one like maybe a different plan.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I
maybe it
lose
doesn't include
$10.
that
I mean,
one.
that's just as bad.
I'll lose my wallet. I'll lose my wallet instead
Instead
of.
of that, I'll throw it. I'll put it in the blender. Please don't. I
I'll
don't
give you
care.
all of it.
Don't
I'll
do
give
this
you
to
all of it.
me.
I don't care. Just not
Not
that.
like that.
It's not what
I want to
Jacob
go
did.
down like him. And so I'm playing basketball, thinking that, and then we're playing, and I'm under the basket trying to get a rebound, or I'm trying to go back up and put it back in. I can't remember. Anyway, I fall on my leg wrong. It's like I land on my foot and it goes sideways, and I heard like a couple pops, and I was like, um, and I fell down, and I ended up like rolling over and kind of doing a flip, but slowly. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
like halfway through that somersault, no, at the beginning of the somersault, I guess, I realized, oh crap, no, not my leg. And as I'm somersaulting and my legs are going over my head when I'm on the ground, I grab my leg that hurts, and I can tell that everything is like where it's supposed to be. It just hurts, and I remember like this huge like thing of relief just coming over me. I'm kind of like laughing a little bit because I'm like just so happy. And then I remember standing up and kind of hobbling, and I was like, "Dude, I don't even care." Like, it's so
Worth it.
it was. I will always remember that because then I went to the library. I had to. I parked my car and I was gonna go to the library and study for stats. And I remember like my leg kind of hurt, like my ankle hurt, and I probably told you about that. And I was like,
No, you
dude,
did.
I don't even care. Like, at least it's not that.
I made fun of you. I was like, "Oh, you hurt your
Yeah,
ankle,
screw
you
you.
poor little
You didn't make me
baby."
feel better.
Uh,
At least I tried to lie to you.
yeah, no, I made fun of you.
God, jerk. Well, there we go. That's the whole story.
That's
And I
that's
think
the
this
whole
is
story.
what?
Plus some more.
Plus some more. I think this is
Plus some
better than
more.
the first time we did it. This one's more in detail. This is the one I'm
Probably.
gonna come back to when I want to hear about it, which is all the time. Hornet.
Plus the guy at church who recognized me and said, "Are you the basketball guy?" Oh yeah, you are the basketball guy. I saw your
I know
bone.
you intimately. I've seen
Bye.
your insides. Bye.
As well as everyone at your engagement
Oh
party knew who
yeah,
I
did
was,
my
the
dad
broken
come up
guy.
to you and like some other like older people? Oh, my mom.
No,
Yeah.
your mom did. Well, she was like, "How are you doing?" Like, I heard about it. I was like, "Oh, I'm doing good."
Yeah.
Whatever. She was really nice. But yeah, most people were like, "Oh, you broke your leg, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm in the boot right
Yeah,
now."
Preston told us all about it. He said he
Glad
cried
you're here.
and like
Mr.
he's the
Mr.
best thing that ever happened to you. Like, okay, what is Preston saying?
White. I was like, okay,
I think I told that at
it
we're
was
in a
fine.
young marrieds group, and I'm pretty sure we've only been in it for 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I've told them about your leg. Actually, I'm not sure though. Yeah, I think I have.
Really? See, I'm an intimate part of your
I know that happened.
engagement story.
That happened right in that timeline where I was about to propose to Coral. I can't separate the two. That semester was weird, but it had a lot of like specific like timeline points. Like the day to day was like terrible because I studied so
You had a
much.
lot.
But there's so many like timeline, like Luke getting his car stuck or Luke getting Isaiah's car stuck.
Yeah. No, Isaiah got his own car stuck,
Yeah,
but
Luke let it happen.
Luke
Luke
just let it
convinced me it would be
happen.
a good idea instead of just waking me up. But I guess they didn't want to wake me up though
Yeah.
because I was going to propose to Coral that day. So it kind of makes sense.